brothers and sisters may be able to work in those plantations, they decided to make some investment inviting Europeans and Japanese to come here. So they would, between the wars, there was between the wars, that was because it's between the 20th century. So for example, my grandfather came here by himself. He left all his family in Japan. He came with a cousin, and he started working in the plantation of potatoes. Okay, and lots of Japanese and lots. If you go down south to Brazil, if you see some videos of states like Santa Catarina, Paraná, and Rio Grande do Sul, you think you are in Germany. They are all white, blonde hair. Even the constructions in some cities, they look very German Europeans because they invest money on giving land to them. So they have different deals. The most basic deal is I would pay for your ship. You would come here, so you have a debit with me. I will give you land, and then you start working the land, and then the land is yours. Or sometimes the government wanted to, for example, we want to have a more population in the center of Brazil. I would donate that to you, and you start doing the investments.
They didn't do it for the blacks. They didn't do that.
No, not even today. Today they have some.
They just.
I was gonna import 1 million
Yeah,
people.
what happening today? We have some place. Oh, this is we start to see Ondina. It's going to be a not more fancy part of the city. What they are doing now is they have some land that is called the quilombolas. The quilombos are the resistance of the black people, and they are actually registering them, giving officially the land for them. Now, in this last day. So this is a street called Oceania. You'll see the cross of Redeemer, okay, from Rio. We have a little cross here too, it's called here. It was done by an Italian.
Oh, so that's little Jesus.
It's a little Jesus. Why we have a little Jesus? Yes, we are Catholic, but besides all, the name of Salvador, it's San Salvador, it's El Salvador. That means Jesus Christ. So the name of the city, the Savior. Yeah. So we have a connection with Jesus. That's why our most famous Catholic church is called Senhor do Bom Fim. It's also on behalf of Jesus, and that's your bracelet that you have. It means a little souvenir from Senhor do Bom Fim Church. All right. So this is our little Christ in Carnival here. If you see some, pictures of Carnival, this is the heart, one of the hearts of Carnival. The Carnival starts in the lighthouse. We have in Carnival here, different from Rio. In Rio, they have little samba groups, little blocos in the streets, and then they have the big parade of the samba schools. Here in Salvador, our parade is every day in the street. We have big boombox trucks, and it's just in the middle of the street. We have some Afro. In downtown, we have the Afro groups called Olodum, Ileaye. It's beautiful. If you have a chance to come here, it's expensive. I'm sorry for that. But for us also it's expensive. If you want to spend New Year's Eve in New York, it's expensive. If you want to go to Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, it's going to be expensive. So in Carnival here, it's also expensive. But if you plan, okay, ask Carlos. I'm sure he's going to be very happy to plan a Carnival trip for you guys. Start saving a little bit. O senhor vai por onde? Dá a volta. Vai passar ali na Praia da Barra. Try to make plans, 2-3 years in advance. I'm not joking, I'm serious, Doing some savings, you're going to maybe be that much for Carnival. But when you're here, you're going to be so happy, and it's so beautiful. It's something to do at least once in your life. It's like skydiving, you do once in your life, but you don't regret. So I'm sure that if you come to Carnival, in Brazil, you won't regret. Rio is the most famous one, but there are other two cities that are also very famous. Is Salvador here, my hometown, and Recife. Okay, as a suggestion, little further north. As a suggestion, I would say do a big trip during Carnival and try to enjoy both. I'm having a group of they are called the Samba Queens. They're from California. They come for this Carnival, and I point so much for her that she should do that, and that she's doing. Okay, so she's coming first to Salvador, She's going to spend the first year's carnival because our carnival start like 3-4 days before Rio official carnival. And then on Sunday she's going to Rio to see the parades, to see the carnival. So she's doing both. It's not going to be cheap, but at one trip she will have the best of the whole experience.
Give us some numbers. You're saying cheap, not cheap. I'm trying to see what not cheap is, like $5,000-$6,000.
No, I'm not sure. You talk to Carlos, private.
Come on, Carlos, let us know the price.
I think, well, Lash, you
Isso,
can, both cities, I think you can do both cities. The thing is the airfare, but both cities can be done without the airfare for $2,500. Yeah.
You know, depends how advanced you book. If you
Well,
book,
the airfare is 2,000 plus.
Plus airfare. No,
But then you still gotta buy a ticket, so add 2,000 to that.
if you
So,
book
and if you
more
get
in
a-
advance, you get better prices.
Yeah.
Figure to have 5G.
But
Yeah.
to me, the major thing to keep in mind is, can I deal with a lot of people gather at once? That's the main thing. The crowd, exactly.
Yeah. Maximum, like this. 10, 12, I don't do big groups.
I love
No.
big groups, 40-some people
20,
pack them
30,
in.
no.
She's like,
No, not to tour. I can not to tour.
Yeah.
I can book the hotels. No, Carlos, we can book the costume, but to walk in the crowd with 30 people,
Oh,
it is
yeah, that
impossible.
wouldn't work, yeah.
Okay, I do tours. I mean, city tours. But during carnival, we usually sometimes I go to the street with my group, at least a little bit, you know. And so if a big group is good, o senhor vai aqui reto e vira ali no porto, sabe?
That
Vai
makes
aqui
sense.
reto. Isso, reto direita. So this is already Bahia. It's a very middle class, upper middle class neighborhood. It's one of the favorite neighborhoods for travelers, especially if they want to go to the beach. Okay. The Guardian, maybe 10 years ago, they listed, you know, those big lists every time you see. But anyway, we were in a list saying that this beach called Porto da Barra, it was one of the 10 best beaches in the city. Okay, I'm not saying that we are the best beach comparing to Jamaican beaches or comparing to Brazilian islands beaches. No, because it's impossible. But in a city, this beach here called Porto da Barra was considered one of the best beaches. And Porto da Barra is also important because when the Portuguese arrived here in 1549 to settle the city Salvador as the capital, they arrived actually here. And they fought on doing the capital here. But then they decided to move to do where we are going to be in the afternoon. Okay? Yes, so dá uma voltinha ali, dá uma paradinha ali.
They jump off the rock right over there.
They jump off the rock.
Okay.
They have lots of pictures on people jump off the rocks. And when I come here, I like to swim to those little boats and to see the sunset from the boat. It's beautiful.
Who is the skyline?
Okay.
That's the
O senhor pode parar aí só um pouquinho só pra ver se alguém quer tirar uma foto rapidinho? É. Okay, here we want to stop.
Okay.
We want stop, but I will open the door if you guys want just to jump out and take some pictures and come down, okay? Because we cannot really park here.
So
Okay,
just to
but just-
reinforce, so this is the beach you want to come to if you want to go swimming or just play
Yeah,
on
this is the beach that I recommend you to come to swim.
It's 10 minutes from the hotel. The cab will cost no more than 20 reais.
Okay, don't walk, guys. Just check the beach, take some pictures.
Yes, family, we are in Salvador, in the state of Bahia in Brazil, and this is the beach, one of the beautiful beaches that, wow. And we're looking to, it's one of the beaches that we're gonna be hanging on and checking out once we finish tours on a free day.
Also, if you like museums and if you want to visit the fort, this fort here, São Diogo, and that fort there, Santa Maria, you can go inside. Santa Maria, it has a very, very beautiful collection of pictures of the RBG with the black community in 1950s, 1960s. It's beautiful, beautiful museum over there and here. Okay, it costs 20 reais to visit both. It's open at 11 o'clock.
But we're not gonna go in.
No, just take a picture and come back, okay guys? We cannot park here.